seeing how my portfolio dipped during 2020 with COVID and all that. And has it come back? Yes. Has it come back where I'm just in the green? At least on E-Trade, it's green and red. And like, has it come back to the green? No. And it still frustrates me. Like,
Yeah.
no, and it hasn't. And like, I don't know. And I'm not trying to beat the market and pick the best stocks. I'm trying to do the low cost index funds and high dividend yield stocks and stuff like that. But I just don't like the Elon Musk puts out a headline and then, or somebody, some political figure says something. And then, I mean, it's the stock
You
market
have no
doesn't like,
control,
you have
right?
no
Like you're
control. You have no control. You have zero control over, what Coca-Cola says or does and, or what scandal happens and,
yeah.
what's going to
What their
happen with it.
spokesperson did on Saturday night. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's not because my husband, he's in this all the time, and he's much more bullish on the stock market. And he says he's like, we had our best quarter ever. Yeah, whatever company he's at the time, we had our best quarter ever, and our stock price went down. Explain that to me. Make it make
Yeah,
sense.
exactly. Like it's
There's no cause and
illogical.
effect. There's no cause and effect. I know with real estate why they're struggling right now because interest rates are up. We're counting on refis and low interest rates are up. That's why they're struggling right now. Moratoriums. That's why they're struggling. They can't collect rents, and the government says you can't put them out to get people that
Yeah.
will pay your rents. Like so, there's more cause and effect of like why it's going good or why it's going
Yeah.
bad.
You
The
can follow
stock
the
market.
flow chart of if
Yeah.
this, then that. Yeah.
Yeah, we knew what happened in '08. We knew what the predatory lending or the just giving anybody a loan. Like we knew why. I wasn't in the space at that time, but like we knew, like looking back, we knew what happened and what we were doing. And so we know
Yeah.
we can avoid it in the future. When
And
it comes, you can,
collateralizing all of these mortgages, even though they're all over the country, but you collateralize them into one big investment and you're putting people's pension funds into this. Like,
yeah, yeah. But like with the stock market, it's like I said, you could have the best year ever and it still goes down.
yep. Oh,
So that's I'm not as bullish on that just because I don't like that kind of stability and I have a little bit more
I'm
time
with
left to
you.
go so I can play a few more ring around the rosies with with the chairs. But what if I did want to stop tomorrow? What if I
Right.
did?
No, and
What if
I
I
mean, I
did?
think that's another great analogy that I took away, right? Like we're all playing this game, but when the music stops, are you going to have a cheer? You don't know.
Right.
You do not know because there's 10 people and there's nine chairs. That's a lot of chairs. But
Yeah.
are you going to be the one that ends up without a seat or not?
What they're talking about Social Security and
Oh,
and
it's
and
bad.
that running out. I mean, that's another good example.
Yeah.
So when we retire, will there be that's can we collect? We've been paying into it our whole working lives. Can we
Oh, I know.
collect?
It's
TBD.
yeah.
TBD, who knows? That Medicare, all that kind of stuff. I mean, it's just that's the system that worked for, like you said, our parents' generation, but it may not work for us, and certainly will not work for our children.
Oh
Certainly
no.
will not work for our
No.
children.
Those kids are so
Screwed.
screwed. Yep, the kids are I tell my kids that all the time. Like y'all are absolutely screwed.
Yeah.
Just
So what happens next from so now?
good question.